Hey, yo, you ready, Keyz?
Let's get it.
Get on your feet, Tiger fans!
Yo. It's your boy, Be Easy.
It's your boy V Keyz, and this is the Uplayedtho podcast.
All right, Keyz, man, we got a lot to get into today.
Yeah, we do.
A lot of, like they say, we got a lot of explaining to do. But the rankings done came out again for week 2. Before we get into a lot of the details, there was a lot of shakeups in the college football rankings. But just real quick, talk about the experience down there in Death Valley, man, and just being around that energy for game 1.
Yeah, game 1 was one for the books, atmosphere-wise. Obviously, we didn't get the result we wanted, which we'll dive deep into that coming up shortly here. Yeah, man, the atmosphere was great, tailgating. It's great food, it's great energy, great people, great vibes. Shout out to Reggie Merriweather. Got to chop it up with him out there, so make sure y'all go check our interview out with him on the pod from season 2 last year. So, yeah, man, it was great times, man, but it just didn't turn out our way, and like I said, there's plenty to talk about this game that we're going to get deep into.
Yeah, so, I was out there on vacation in St. Lucia, but I had the VPN going, so I was able to watch the game in its entirety. So I got a lot to say as well. Real quick, shout out to our winners of the jersey giveaway. We're going to get those in the mail this week, so be on the lookout for that. But congratulations again. We're going to do plenty more. Shout out to Jay Will Sports Shop, JW Sports Shop on Instagram. We'll be working with him here shortly. And, we'll get into it later when we do NFL. But Hunter Winfro, man, he signed with the Panthers. So I might have to get that Clemson signed helmet from Jay Will. But
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
yeah, more about that later. So, Keyz, we'll save the best. I guess we'll save the best for last here. But there was a lot of shakeups here in the first week of college football. A lot of big games, a lot of big names, and a lot of one-sided, lopsided victories. So let's go ahead and start off with that TCU versus UNC from Monday night.
Yeah, the Labor Day game. Yeah, we'll open it up with Bill Belichick's college football debut, man. So this has been much anticipated, obviously, since he first signed with UNC, and it's been a big spectacle. The atmosphere was great, bro. You got Jordan in there, Lawrence Taylor, Randy Moss there. I mean, they had,
Star-studded.
the stars of North Carolina sports and beyond. But that was all the highlights.
After that first touchdown, that was all she wrote.
I mean, they had a good opening drive, but that was literally it.
Yeah.
TCU came back. They went 41-7. They had a pick 6 untouched. They had 2 long running touchdowns untouched, a fumble, scoop and score.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, North Carolina does have about 70 new players on their roster. So that's too much to, kind of get gelling week 1. And I know it's week 1, but still, though, 70.
Yeah, and TCU, they're a couple years ago they placed in the final game. And as we said, they got mopped in that game, but and we got Garrett Riley there, OC. So, but it's still college football, man. UNC got a long way to go. Got a lot of questions that need to be answered. The quarterback situation, don't know what's going on there. But
well, the only bright spot that North Carolina had was when Max Johnson came in the game. He was throwing some nice passes. He got his touchdown. Touchdown pass to his brother. I can't get it out, but so he was pretty much the only bright spot on offense. But they got too much cleaning up to do on defense to even think they're gonna be competitive this year. I don't see it. So
yeah, it's a lot of work that need to be done there. But another game that was very, very exciting, more competitive than I thought it would be, but two, what they used to call this game, the convicts versus the Christians versus the convicts or something like that.
Excuse me.
But Miami, Miami and Notre Dame, man, Carson Beck ended up being better than what I would have given him transferring.
Yeah, I actually missed most of this game. I saw a couple of the highlights. I saw the great, spectacular one-handed touchdown pass that made Michael Irvin go nuts as usual on the sideline.
Yeah.
But I was actually impressed, man. I mean, I think we both had. Well, I had Notre Dame.
Yeah.
I think we both had Notre Dame in a close W. But so Carson Beck, where they had like 205 and 2.
Yep, 205 and
So-
2, and C.J. Daniels, he's the one who got that one-handed OBJ type
Okay.
catch. But I mean, they got a lot. There's a lot to like. The defense really showed up in this game, and it went down to the end. I mean, but I think Notre Dame's gonna be all right. And we'll talk about the top 25. I think they're number 10 right now. But another good game. So a lot of Miami might end up being in that ACC championship. We don't play them this year until we get there, but
Okay.
that's,
Yeah, we got to make it, man. They had a good showing versus the top 10 team.
yeah,
So let's, another good showing.
got to talk about it, man.
Hate to say it, man, but the Gamecocks they got a W. But I mean, honestly, to me, I saw most of the game. I did miss the punt return. I think they had a touchdown after that. But after that first drive with Lenora Sellers rushing TD, I mean, after that they offense stalled
Yeah,
for like a long portion of the game.
yeah,
Virginia Tech had a safety. Virginia Tech just couldn't score. I mean, they had multiple opportunities. I mean, if you turn one of those field goals into a touchdown, it might be a different game.
yeah,
But Carolina's defense, I mean, they were looking decent, and they were getting gassed at times as well. The DBs.
yeah.
I saw a lot of drops from Carolina receivers. Nick Harbor, he was not consistent to me. Like again, this game one, but he's been not consistent,
Yeah,
and I hear that from Gamecock fans themselves.
yeah. I feel like they went back to what they know, right? Lenore's, taking it into his own hands, right? He had 209 passing yards, and South Carolina defense is still showing up. They just got to put 4 quarters together. And, VT, they're no slouch, but
I would say they're improved, but there should have been no threat, and like I said, you take away that punt return. I mean, it's a 17-11 game.
yeah.
So, and that's not even covering the spread, which was 7.5. So
So you're saying that the game was a lot closer than the score indicates.
yeah, I think this one was a little bit closer than it indicates of a 24-11. But the Gamecocks did get the dub, so they start off 1-0.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about the Colorado Georgia Tech game. I stayed up for this one. It was tight for a while. It was a little bit of a sloppy game from a Colorado standpoint, but Georgia Tech ended up getting the W over Colorado, and they just like going into halftime, man. They weren't managing timeouts. I mean, the defense forced 3 turnovers early, and they couldn't convert.
It was sloppy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like I think the Haynes King fumble or something. Like it was like near like the 50. They was real sloppy. But on the flip side of that, I think Haynes King did have like a $150 something rushing.
Yeah.
So I mean they couldn't stop him on the ground, which is he's a dual threat quarterback, and so.
And that's Georgia Tech's MO, right?
Yeah.
It's been an MO for years. So Colorado knew that going in. And Colorado has another team with a lot of star power. They got NFL head coaches. I mean, it's a turning point, though.
But like you said, prime time didn't manage that clock. I think they had like 1:07 left at the end. They had 2 timeouts. Then use 1 timeout. You're only down a touchdown, so you got time to drive with 2 timeouts, but you don't use one of them.
Yeah.
That's not.
Can't take them with you.
That sounds real Chicago bearish. Like, you know what I'm saying? Come on, Prime Time. You better than that, man. Come on, Prime.
Yeah. All right, Keyz, let's talk about one game. Well, actually, game day, man. Shout out to Lee Corso. It was his last time on game day, man. It's gonna be
off.
Yeah, hats off. And real quick, I will say that adding Nick Saban to that lineup, I think that is going to soften that punch a little bit, man.
Yeah, I like that, man. So yeah, once again, I mean, it was. almost emotional seeing Lee Corso there and that in the Tux, like hearing the game day music,
Mm-hmm.
and seeing Lee Corso for the last time is like, man, we grew up with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but so the game day was at Ohio State, which is we talked about it all off season. Is the Arch Manning hype real?
Yeah.
Can he produce?
Can he live up to it?
So how do you answer that? Be easy.
Man, it was rough, man. I'm gonna say a resounding not quite.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, wow. I mean, I got to watch this game when I was out at the tailgate.
Yeah.
But man,
I mean, Keyz, just watching the game, it was a little painful because there was opportunities there, and it just seemed like he was missing like easy little 5 yards, 10-yard passes.
Yeah.
And the defense was pretty much playing lights out, for the most part. But I mean, he did, and then he'd have flashes where he'd throw the long ball touchdown, and then come right back and miss like a 2-yarder, right? Like,
yeah, he was just extremely inconsistent. Like you said, just dirt and easy passes, and I think that actually might have changed Texas' game plan. Like, Sark might see that early on. I'm like, man, he can't hit the 10-yard out right there wide open.
yeah.
I don't know about this playbook right now that I'm thinking about for this game because
they were running the ball entirely too much, and I was like, they running the ball because they just don't trust him, man, and that's got to break his confidence.
And they had the opportunity on the goal line. You had a 4th and goal. We're at the 1 of the 2. They couldn't punch it in. I mean, it's I think he had like 100-something yards passing in the fourth quarter and only had like 70 or something up until the fourth quarter. But Ohio State does have a good defense. I mean, I'll give them credit, but I mean, ain't like this is the 85 Bears now. Like,
yeah, I mean, and their quarterback, I can't remember his name,
Julian saying.
He was serviceable. He had flashes of good moments, and he was on the big stage. But I mean, I think both teams had some improvement, but I mean, Ohio State looked a lot better than I thought they would.
And Jeremiah Smith was a non-factor.
Non-factor.
I mean, he didn't. I think he had maybe like 4 catches for 30 yards or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't.
They took him out the game, and he's showing some frustration. I could see some frustration on his part.
So on the on the flip side for Ohio State, when your best player, arguably the best player in the country, when he's a non-factor and you beat the number 1 team in the nation, that's saying a lot. So Ohio State is the new number 1, which we'll get to, but
they kept it close. They kept it close, but it was a defensive. This is a defensive matchup, man.
Yeah. So I think the over under was like 60. It was up there for this one, but
but it wasn't going to get there. It wasn't going to get there. All right. So the surprise, one of the surprises of the weekend for me, Keyz, was the Alabama FSU game. So,
man,
based on what we knew from last year, Alabama killing the board. We talked about the fact that this is his, I want to say, prove it year, right? Post Nick Saban, you got a little bit more time under him. We need to see some improvement, especially that fan base. FSU was a dumpster fire last year. They had a lot of in and out pieces with the transfer portal, and they had Boston College's old quarterback who got benched.
Yeah. Castellanos, got to give it to him, man. He talked all that smack in the offseason. Like, y'all don't have Nick Saban to save y'all. I don't see them stopping me. And you know what? The young fella was right.
Yeah.
He was right. I was wrong. I thought Bama was going to put up, some points on them and all that. But I'll say this for sure. In the whole Nick Saban Alabama era, we've never, maybe once or twice, and maybe in the championship game when we beat them, never really seen them get out physicaled.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? But them boys is out there getting ran through.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like
no Vaseline type.
Oh my. Ooh.
Yeah. Wait. So Alabama, man.
It was a rough slide up in there.
Man, that O-line was getting Swiss cheese, man. It was getting Swiss cheese and
no effort too. Like the lack of effort. I mean, I seen players chasing the play from behind. I mean, they're like 15 yards away from the play, like light jogging. I'm like, man, this definitely ain't Bama football. So maybe it is now. I mean,
Maybe it is. Maybe it is. But I tell you this, man, that buyout's here, so they're gonna have to ride the wave.
yeah, it ain't sexy. So yeah, y'all gonna have to chill, bro. Shoot,
Yeah, Alabama
I mean,
fans, hey man, buckle up. That's all I'm gonna say. 87
So-
yards, 87 yards in run game. I mean, we can't really talk, but
Yeah.
that's not really gonna do it, man. So
but a 2-touchdown L at Florida State, starting a new quarterback. They still got transfers they working in off a 2-10 season is beyond me, and that's Kalen DeBoer's fourth loss in 14 games to an unranked opponent, and Saban only had 4 of those in his whole 20-something year tenure at Bama. So
yeah,
I know them Bama fans is livid, boy, because y'all always like that. You gonna have a long season in Tuscaloosa.
yeah, and I'm gonna tell you this, Alabama fans, they are not going to be cool with not being relevant. I'll tell you that. They're not gonna be okay with that.
Yeah. But shout out to Florida State. They got a great dub. I mean, that's a
ACC representing, man. You know,
Yeah.
against the SEC. You know, because some teams could do. All right,
about that.
Keyz, man. We gonna go ahead and roll into the battle of Death Valley, man. The Heisman
Yeah.
hopefuls, the All-American
Right, preseason.
preseason.
Number 1 and number 2. So like I said, again, I was out there in Death Valley. Great atmosphere. It might be the best crowd I've ever seen in all my years of going to Death Valley. It might have been like the biggest. You know, of course it was sold out. So, like I said, the tailgate was such a good time, man. Like the energy was there for us to get the win, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Real quick, let me ask you this. Off subject. So now in Death Valley, you can actually purchase, beer and wine. I don't know
Yep.
if they got
just
spirits.
brews. I don't
Okay,
know if they had wine in that.
Oh, okay. So just brews. How was that when you walked in? Was it just, did they have it organized or was it kind of chaos? 'Cause the spring
Yeah.
game we went to, it didn't seem like they had it together yet.
Yeah, so it is. It's a little organized. But I'm talking about as soon as we got in there, it's a line though. Like as soon as you get in the stadium, like they lined up for that. So
Yeah.
I think they had like White Claw, Coors Light. I don't know, but yeah. So shout out to Memorial Stadium for that. Definitely enhanced the crowd noise and all that. But
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, 17-10 is your final, but I mean, we can talk about the lack of run game. We could talk about the play calls. We can talk about how we didn't adjust to LSU blitzing and disguising blitzes at K and just running him off his block time after time again.
So
Man.
so let's start here. Let's start with the running game, Keyz.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of production there. We had Adam Randall was his name, the starter. He got the only touchdown, and it looked like a struggle touchdown. I'm gonna be honest, it looked like a struggle touchdown.
That was all him.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to Keith Adams Jr. He had a great block to lead that,
Mhm.
but the touchdown second effort was all Adam Randall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's just talk real quick. 31 rushing yards for the entire game.
Atrocious. 31. I mean, shoot, they LSU's first carry of the game, they got 25, 26 yards rushing on the first carry. So on one carry, they almost had what we had for the whole game, rotating backs at that. So, and I don't think that's an indictment on the O-line. I think that's an indictment on the play calling because, I mean, the O-line, I mean, like, we couldn't run through the middle. I mean, Adam, he got maybe, like, 2 holes where he can squeeze through there and get about 5 or 6. But Azume or Easy E came in there. He didn't get much going through the middle. I think Keith Adams had a couple of carries. He didn't get much. Gideon didn't get nothing at all.
Yeah, he didn't
get an opportunity.
Didn't get opportunity. He was out there blocking. I did see him, doing his thing there, but it wasn't a case. I don't understand it, Keyz, because it wasn't a case where we were playing from behind the whole game, right? So we were up 10-3 at one point, right? Halftime, right?
Yeah.
Going to halftime, come out, and it just seemed. I don't know if we tried to force the ball to Westco. There was some opportunities. I will say T.J. Moore. He had I want to say 4 catches. Man, he had I think his long was maybe like 47. I want to say 47, 27, something like that. But I liked his physicality because he just brought energy.
Well, before I get that, I'm gonna stay on this running game, man, because I'm gonna ask a question to y'all out there, man. We've kind of hit on this, but I mean, is the non-development of running backs is that an indictment on CJ Spiller? Is it time for Dabo to find another running back coach outside the organization that can develop running backs better, because we haven't seen any development to start a converted wide receiver when, okay, we got a Tristan Smith in the transfer portal, we got a defensive end. You plug in holes, we ain't getting not one running back. I mean, there was no running back in the portal that want to come to Clemson. I highly doubt that. So not only to not get a running back, converting a wide receiver there, which, is it could be fool's gold. I mean, we'll see how the season unfolds with Adam Randall, but you rather have a running back who's been doing it, who knows gap assignments, who knows how to pick up the blitz, because there was a couple plays where Adam Randall missed a pickup.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I saw it. I'm like, yeah, he missed that block. You know what I mean? So
you have to have a championship run game if you want to be taken serious, right? And in the number one game of the year, I will say this is supposed to be the toughest matchup that we have all year.
Yeah,
and
it is.
It's not like we got blown out, but it was all defense. So I give hats off to the defense. That one pass to Evian, got caught on. I mean, it looked bad, but at the same time, man, I mean, he made plays.
He was a foot taller than him,
yeah.
too. So, yeah. I mean, my
man
is 6'7".
He the only one who was really making plays, causing turnover and all that. But what I will say, speaking on that running game, you got a great point, Keyz, because there's been a lot of talk all offseason, and that was one of the positions that we had concern with.
Yeah.
Right now, Gideon Davison, he has been hyped up.
Yeah.
Right, as the next coming.
All camp.
ETN-ish, right? And we did not see him get any opportunities, which I do not understand unless there's something going on that we don't know about. Now, you got Keith Adams Jr., you got Eazy-E. I don't know if the O-line that we have been praising under Matt Lue is what we think it is, because how do you have no run game? I can't put it all on the running backs.
So what do you put on CJ Spiller, running back coach? Let's do this. Let's do blame pie.
Okay.
So how much CJ get, how much the line get, and how much do the backs themselves get?
Okay, so I'll add one in there, play calling as well.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put on as far as the backs, I gotta give them maybe 30%, because there was not a whole lot of runs called, right? So it wasn't a whole lot of opportunities there. We didn't do nothing with it. I'm going to say coaching, man, I got to give them at least 60%.
Is that CJ and Garrett, or just Garrett since he OCing it?
Nah, I say CJ and Garrett, because
okay,
if Garrett is not calling runs, there's got to be a reason. There's got to be a reason. And if Gideon Davison is not getting opportunities, there's got to be a reason. They're just not ready, not prepared. And if Adam can come into that running back group and start, then something's just not working
in that room.
In that room.
Okay.
So
that's a good point. So we, like I said, Shipley had his time. He just carried the team. There was nobody really behind him that was solid. They didn't play Jay Haynes at all barely last year, even with Maffa going out there with one arm hurt. Yeah, so it's been years.
Maffa was doing Maffa was performing like a scat back, and he was not that. So
so it's been several years now. CJ Spiller, man, like you on the clock with these backs, man. We know you one of the greatest we ever had, period. But when it comes to developing running backs, like I said, it's a problem when a wide receiver comes in and he's starting off gate.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
I don't know if Jay Haynes was supposed to be that guy. He was just hurt, and that had him take a step back. But we have to be able to have a running game. We got to be able to utilize them. So the excuses, it's got to be out the door. You establish the run.
Nope, ain't no excuses no more.
Yeah.
So going to the passing game, like we said, T.J. Moore had he had some aggressive plays.
Mm-hmm.
I do think Cade latched on to him and Wesco too often at times, because the last play of the drive, when it was, under like about a minute left, we was down 3rd and 5 at we was around the 20. I think we was close to the red zone. Had 3rd and 5. He forced it to Wesco. Tyler Brown's corner went to go soft blitz, so Tyler Brown was wide open.
Yeah.
And how Cade missed it, I don't know. Dabo did mention that too. He said he had Tyler wide open. I don't know what he was looking at.
Yeah, I wasn't really feeling those comments from Dabo, to be honest, man.
Yeah,
Like, you gotta.
but maybe he knows how to light the fire under his quarterback. You know, maybe that's what he's doing. But Cade by far didn't have his best game. Like I said, there were several plays. There was another play where he could have had Tyler for like a 50-something yard touchdown miss. But just a lack of adjustments at the halftime. Like,
yeah, man.
keeping the LSU team to 3 points at halftime, like, we gotta give it up for that. This time Allen defense did his thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't have too
Yeah.
many complaints there. We'll get to that once we finish the offense because I still got some gripes.
Yeah.
Banteker had a couple good plays here and there. But yeah, I mean, that running game, like I said, if 31 yards ain't gonna do it. So to only run for 31 yards and we had a chance to win the game at the end, that's a
Hats off to the defense, man.
yeah.
But even with that being said, the 3 and outs, it really hurts. LSU had time of possession, 37 plus minutes. You know, for the defense to be out there all game, you know, for the couple of miscues that they had, it's kind of hard to hold them to the fire when, you know, you do that, your offense goes out there and don't produce anything. Getting shut out in a whole half of football, and we were top 5 in the nation. I mean, whatever explosive offense we're supposed to have, it didn't show up for this game, man.
And there was no excuse for it. I'm not gonna make no excuse for it. We just didn't perform how we should have performed. It's week 1. You know, this is without our top receiver. Antonio Williams went out in the first possession, the first series, and unbeknownst to us in the stands, you know, we're not hearing any news or anything on it. Then Khalil Barnes goes out at some point in the game. We don't know anything about that. So, I mean, I do think, you know, having Antonio in there throughout the game would have made a difference.
Yeah, because he's a
series.
He's a threat, but there's so many threats across the field.
Yeah.
Our wide receiver room is too packed for us not to. So it's not about a weapons thing. It's you know, one dimensional. No run game. I don't know if the offensive line needs to be looked at, but we gotta address the running situation. It has to be addressed.
Yeah, that's the biggest takeaway offensively, man. Like, just I don't know why. 4 runs in the whole second half, we held scoreless. You know, even when they tied it at 10-10, like the defense was doing their thing. Like, Wade Woodaz was all over the field. Sammy Bryan had a good game. I mean, the D line, we didn't get as much pressure as I was thinking because
they schemed well.
They did. They negated a lot of that with quick passes to the side. You know, they ran one play 3 times in a row. We ain't stop it. They got a first down.
I think they said that Nussmeier, his average time, you know, between hiking the ball and getting it out was like 2.1 second or something like that, 2.14 or something.
So they did a great job of scheming that and negating the
pass rush,
the T.J. Parker and Peter Woods. I mean,
Will Help had a good couple plays, man. So
he had a good sack, but they, for the most part, they did a good job of neutralizing our D line.
Yeah.
So that's.
And I will say this: we put that tape out there, right?
Yep.
So we didn't make an adjustment in this game. We got to make an adjustment in future games. So I'm not even gonna sit up here and say we got a tune-up game coming. We gotta really show up. We gotta really show up.
Yeah. So we got Troy at home this week, and it's hardly a tune-up. And I went back and watched the 2016 game when we played Troy at home, and it was pulling teeth.
Yeah.
We were struggling. This is Deshaun Watson though, and Mike Williams and Renfro. They didn't pull away till like midway through the fourth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like a 13-10 game with like 8-9 minutes left. So I mean, this Troy squad, they tough, man.
And I'm not gonna sit up here and say they got like a top 10 defense or anything like that, but they got a serviceable defense. So we can't just come out there and think that, hey, you know, we gonna beat them by 40 and not show up. So,
but we do need to make a statement though. We need to see that offense clicking, to where just like similar to last year, where game number 2 was App State, where we had 35 at half.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So and the backups is in. So this, I mean, Troy is better than App State, but we need to have a game, man. Cade need to show up and just put some doubt to rest. We need to have a good running. We need to run for $120 minimum.
$120. I
$120
say
minimum.
yeah, $120, and we gotta hang we at minimum we have to hang 40 something on them
40.
at minimum.
Okay.
Without that, then you start to lose confidence in what we can actually accomplish, what we can actually do on offense, right? This ain't the time to start pulling starters and not giving them the real game time experience. So Keyz, let's just talk about some of the games that are coming this week. Week 1, they put a lot of the star-studded games up.
Yeah.
Right? So week 2 is a little less.
A bit of a snooze.
Yeah, a little bit of a snooze.
But because week 2 also coincides with NFL week 1, so
Yeah.
we're going to get into that later. So, I mean, that could have been by design a little bit too.
Yeah.
But, you know what I mean?
Working in tandem.
Yeah.
But so Baylor, they just took a loss to Auburn. So that was another good game. But Baylor is taking on SMU. SMU, they just got the dub off of Eastern Texas A&M.
Yeah, put up some points on them.
Yeah, so they neither one of us have played an in-conference game yet, but SMU, they show the offense is out there, so that should be a good one. And then we got a conference game, Virginia versus NC State, both undefeated so far.
I mean, North Carolina State, I mean, they almost lost to East Carolina again. I mean, they came down to like a late fourth-quarter stop. I mean, they just won by a touchdown. I mean, we'll see what Tony Elliott is Cavaliers, excuse me.
Yeah,
see,
Cavaliers.
I'm so used to saying Tony Elliott is Tigers because, we miss you in that booth up there, man. Golly, we miss you, dog. But,
and shout out to my sister, Avery Lynn Free. Her and her husband, Paul, were actually at this game for Virginia and Coastal Carolina.
Okay.
So she got to witness in person them getting mopped like that. But, yeah, shout out to sis. And we just talked about it, man. Clemson versus Troy. I'm actually gonna be at this game.
Okay.
But so I go out there represent for Uplayedtho and chop it up with the fans as we look after our wounds and try to get in the win column. But Troy, I mean, they got a dub against Nicholas. I don't know who that is. Nichols.
So I mean, like I said, Troy, it's not a pushover. But we should take care of business.
Yeah. And we need to, right?
Early.
Because we have a conference opponent.
Yeah.
Coming right after that,
Georgia Tech,
who just came off a W, Georgia Tech, and we know enough about them. We got to go down to Georgia Tech, so we're gonna be in a hostile environment, and they got a lot of confidence. So, one of the games from last year that ended up being an upset, Kentucky and Ole Miss, Keyz.
Yeah. Lane Kiffin got at the crib last year against Kentucky, so this year I think they go to Kentucky, and I mean Kentucky might can do it again. I mean we'll see. I mean Ole Miss put up some points week 1, but this SEC it really might not be as good as everybody thinks. Since I mean this week 1 didn't really turn out other than us losing to LSU. You had Texas didn't look good at all. I mean, Georgia didn't play anybody. They played Marshall and won by 45, whatever it was.
Yep, didn't cover the spread, but
yeah. And then Alabama was preseason number 8, blown out by ACC team. So the ACC is looking kind of
how they are
straight.
still in the top 25, I have no idea, man. But
it's still Bama pedigree. But this is their lowest rating since the number 21. So it's the lowest since 2007.
All right, Keyz, your parents' alumni are going down to Williams-Brice to play the Gamecocks, man. SC State versus the Gamecocks.
Yeah. Shout out to them Bulldogs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? SC State. So they might can get Lenore's and the boys a little run for their money for about 10 seconds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Get down there, score early, get a field goal, man, make it exciting. But
hey, make it interesting, man.
Yeah, SC State, man, I always love to see them play, man. They got a lot of heart down there, so they just got a dub off Wofford. But we gonna see. Williams-Brice is a tough place to play. And this is an interesting one, Keyz. Got this one on here, but Charlotte is playing UNC.
Yeah, they hosting Bill Belichick, who just came off that. Even when they cut the Belichick on the sideline, he was like, "What are we doing?" Like you can see his mouth. I'm like, "Man, yeah, you win for it. Dog. You don't know what you signed up for." You know what I'm saying?
Man.
But I mean, the Charlotte 49ers, I mean, they're no pushover.
Yeah.
I mean, they've had a couple players drafted last, 6-7 years or so. But, I mean, if North Carolina don't put up at least 30, I mean, if they don't put up at least 31
Yeah.
on Charlotte, and if Charlotte can, I mean, if they can keep it interesting, I wouldn't be surprised. So
Yeah,
I
man.
mean,
I mean, it would be something if this game was going back and forth. But App State just put the mitts on them. So
yeah,
we gonna see. Now game day is at the Michigan Oklahoma
Okay.
game. So
that'll be a good one though.
Yeah.
Should be.
Brett V. We'll see how that one goes.
Bryce Perkins versus Mateer.
Yeah, Oklahoma just beat Illinois State, and they went from unranked to ranked. So yeah, this is gonna be interesting one. This is gonna be interesting
Who
one.
you gonna take though?
I mean,
That's a.
you know what, man?
Oklahoma.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I want to take Oklahoma because I don't really rock with Michigan like that. But I'm gonna go with Michigan, and I'm gonna just say, Britt V, you gotta prove it, man. It's a prove it game.
I agree. I actually do agree. So I think Michigan might go in there and get that dub, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's week 2. I can't wait to see. It's college football, man. It's Clemson, regardless of the state of the team. We're gonna go out there. We're gonna support, and we're gonna hope for the best. But at the same time, when we come on this podcast, man, we're gonna be honest about our assessment, man, and what we really see. So
Yeah. So just like last year, we started 0-1. We didn't even run the table when the ACC and still got into the chip. But this is
it's a different year.
Dabo's 4th loss versus the SEC in as many such games. So, and we'll get to this, of course, later on in the season. But this now means like that Carolina game is an absolute must-win. It's an absolute must-win. First of all, we can't lose in them back-to-back. And then lose 5 SEC games in a row. Like, that's not cute.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
So, we need to get these things corrected in a hurry, because by the time we go to Williams-Brice, we better be ready.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I will say this, man. I agree with a lot of what Dabo is saying, what Coach Swinney is saying, but I will say this. When the ACC defends its conference against the SEC, and we say, hey, we're just as good, all the team, we got to prove it. We got to go out there and win those games. And when we consistently do not win those games, that's a fair comment, right?
Yeah.
It's a fair comment, because that's how they assess college football, SEC and everybody else. So we got to win those games, man.
And again, it's what have you done for me lately? We know the big games you've won against SEC teams and the Ohio States and all that, but this college football is what have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
And this 0-4 versus these big teams versus the SEC, that's not gonna cut it, man. And that's based off the standard that Dabo himself created. So I mean, just like LeBron is like, dang, well, LeBron can't be no better. He's got to beat himself. He set the bar for himself. So Dabo set the bar so high for Clemson. Is like, we at the point where we're not even used to losing 2 SEC games in a row when we play out of conference, man. So
if best is the standard,
yeah,
hey, we got to get the standard back right, man. But Keyz, you got anything else for the people, man?
Man, just make sure y'all follow us. Stay tapped in. Uplayedtho podcast. Subscribe to the YouTube, man. We're trying to get that YouTube up, man. So y'all go click the links and the stories and all that when we post the YouTube joints, because we might have some more giveaways throughout the season, man, that you want to be staying tuned for.
Yeah. Now, Mike, we are gonna have some more giveaways, man. I like that, Keyz, man. Tune in. We're gonna be dropping dope content. We're gonna continue to drop frequently. So, man, make sure you tune in, man. Don't miss anything.
And one more thing, man. You know what I think we should do? I think we should do like a call-in. You know what I mean? We do like a quick little call-in segment to some of our fans, the ones that's been rocking with us.
Yeah.
I think we should do like a quick little call-in segment. At one point, we can announce it when, but
yeah,
we want to hear from y'all too, man. So
yeah,
hit us up.
Yeah. We're gonna put out a Uplayedtho number out there, and maybe next show, man, we have a little segment where we have some call-ins. So we'll put that out there on the social media platforms and let y'all call in and interact with us a little bit. But
yeah,
that being said, Keyz, man,
we out.
We out.